So with me coming back from San Diego, that only leaves one question. What did Brian Gannon have to say? Let's talk about that.
Welcome to Chaotic.
I need to discuss this situation with the Council of Codemasters.
That would be the new most totally awesomest thing that has ever happened to me!
And come prepared for defeat.
What's going on, everybody? It's Codemaster Hardrock. I'm back at it again with a brand new video. This time we're going to be discussing my Q&A with Mr. Brian Gannon. As you guys may be aware from my previous video, I stated that rather unfortunately my microphone died, so instead I had to relegate this to a Q&A in text form. I put pictures of the actual questions and answers. I'm just going to read them off and explain the answers from what I recall from our actual meeting and all that other fun stuff. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. So my first question was, what sparked this idea to bring Chaotic back in the first place? His answer: we've been working for years to collect the remaining Chaotic rights back from our former partner 4Kids and their survivor company in bankruptcy, 4L, for over 5 years. We've successfully teamed up with one 4L shareholders, 4L meaning for licensing, shareholders to obtain the balance of rights from co-development along with any residual rights from 4 licensing. We accomplished this in 2019 and then formed a licensing development group LLC to bring Chaotic back into the market. So what this means is during that, the over 5 years time span, Chaotic was not being touched on at all. It was just a battle to get the rights back in the first place. Having accomplished the fact that, oh, we got our rights back in 2019, that wasn't a, oh, Chaotic is being worked on. That is a, hey, we got Chaotic back and we're looking to bring it back. So a lot of people assume that it was being worked on during that entire time. The answer is no. They currently have a team that they've been working on to get everything going. So that being said, question number 2. There have been many rumors circulating about cards. Some people suggest that cards from the original TV show may return. With this being said, can we expect Screamer? His answer: Screamer is under consideration. It went from being under consideration to basically, in all intents and purposes, in my opinion, getting confirmed. Again, that is my opinion, but based on the conversation him and I had, pretty safe to assume. Question number 3. What direction do you hope to take Chaotic in terms of selling and advertising it? Prior to the launch, it had Target exclusives as an example. Can we expect things like LGS or local game shop support, and if so, what can we expect? His answer: we have signed an Epic Story Media as our global licensing agent, and we have been placing Chaotic back on streaming services such as our own YouTube channel, Televix, Amazon Video on Demand, and we are working on others. Now, this becomes important with my next question, and I'll touch on that with the next one. My next question: when it comes to the show, many places and companies are turning to streaming services a la Disney+, HBO Max, Hulu, and Netflix. Can we expect the show to drop on a streaming service, and if so, which one would you like to see Chaotic in? His answer: we are building our audience views back up on the channels above as we are in discussions with these premium streaming services. That is why it is important to do well for Chaotic to do well on YouTube and Televix. It would be great for our loyal followers to watch and influence their friends to check us out. Just this week, we launched in Germany on German YouTube. He mentioned that they're in talks with putting Peacock as a streaming service option for Chaotic. They already have connections and things like that. But Chaotic cannot grow without your guys' support. So please, please, please watch them on YouTube. I understand a lot of people feel like they need alternatives, but honest honestly, please, 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 if you want to see Chaotic succeed, and if you want to prove that Chaotic has an audience, you will go on YouTube, you will subscribe to their channel, you will watch their videos, and you will comment on every single one of them. I know that sounds like an arduous task, but this is the best way you guys can support it, and we want this game to come back, guys, so if you really want to support it, that's how you're going to do it, okay? So with that being said, moving on to our next question. Have you already found a new company to print the cards? His answer: we will use the same company as we did previously, as we had worked long with them to get Chaotic cards to look their best. We intend to use them again, which is a very good thing because apparently right now they're in contact. So we'll see what they do with with all their stuff. He added on to a specific point where there was a lot of proofs and stuff that wound up accidentally being destroyed, and he mentioned that in hindsight, huge regret. But what were those proofs? They were proofs of Fire and Stone, which basically a lot of cards that we suggested that would be in Fire and Stone are actually there. Mondo Rondo being one of them, obviously Arctis, Maxor, Elemental Champion, and in my hopes and dreams, Screamer. That's just my hope. But from the sounds of it, from when I was discussing with Brian Gannon, he may not even be in Fire and Stone. Matter of fact, he might be in Storm and Sea or even Elemental Emperors. We'll see. My next question. How goes the online game development? What can we expect from an online game with the Chaotic experience? So, his answer was, our desire is to bring the game out of platforms the players are now, starting with apps. He wants to start Chaotic on a phone app, like just on your phone to play it, collect, trade, share with friends. He wants something like that, and I fully support that. Next question. Upon release, what can we expect in terms of older cards? Will they be reprinted, and can we use older cards? His answer: we come from a collectible trading card background, and we uphold the standards of respecting the value of cards that have already been printed and purchased. Other than placing a proper quantity in collectible holiday tins or gift boxes, we would not reprint cards in a mass volume and dilute their value. So, what he is trying to say is, we are going to get new versions of particular cards, specifically reprints. There are going to be cards that will be reprinted with some sort of errata text. At least that seems to be the concise answer. With that being said, there could be a chance where, here's an example, Primal Smash. It could be changed into a build 3 or even a build 2. Nerfing it in some shape, way, or form. That's basically what we're going to be seeing with Chaotic. My next question, do you have a favorite tribe, and if so, which is it? His answer: of course. They're all important to me as our team, as they each hold important powers and roles in the game. After the original 4 tribes, the Marillions are fun as they possess water powers as they come from the deep. Which is a place, by the way. Like, that is now confirmed. The deep is now a location in Chaotic. I've been a swimmer all my life, and anything from the water is interesting to me. He has mentioned that Chaotic, in terms of his favorite tribe, is indeed Marillions. So, there you guys go. If you want to know, straight from the man himself, Marillions are his favorite. My next question. Will the relaunch follow the same show/game Bible as before? By show/game Bible, what that means is I'm trying to ask, will the game follow the same story? His response: the Chaotic game is based on a long-term Bible written by the original creator Martin Ralph and our team. I got in contact with Brian, that day, and we were talking. There's a chance where I might be able to meet Martin Ralph and maybe get this plan flushed out and talk to him about it and see what it is. Because a little bit of behind-the-scenes knowledge, there was a 10-year plan between Chaotic's launch and a point of stop where they could continue or end or do something wild. But the point is, they only got to year 3, so there's a whole 7 years worth of writing, which if you stretch it out to, you know, how we saw it from the game, that's an extra 3 years. So with 7, that's an extra 21 years of Chaotic that we never got to see. So imagine what 21 years worth of progression in Chaotic looks like. That is incredible. And that does not include any like holiday tins, any special promos or any events or anything like that. That is strictly the core game story. That is insane. Very cool. Do you have a favorite creature? Of course, like many, Maxor and KO are very important to me. Are very important to the game and are favorites of mine. I do like Felfor, and is named after a world-class swimmer, Michael Phelps. So Felfor is his favorite creature. There you go. Number 11. What excites you most about the relaunch? His answer: getting a chance to finish what we started and interacting with all the great collectors and players that have loyally followed us, as well as the inevitable new players we will attract. I recall families following us to different venues as part of their summer vacations. We were so honored by that care and dedication to the game. What I thought was really interesting is we actually discussed some things that happened in the events, and something that I want to bring up. And what he had told me was, funny enough, you know, the Chaotic Discord may have you believe otherwise, but very shockingly enough, a whole lot of players were actually women. A majority of them, in terms of like split, you know, gender or identity, race, things like that. Most of them, believe it or not, a majority of them, maybe by a small margin, but still a majority of them, were all women, which was very interesting. And he explained that a lot of women tend to, you know, show their profiles to other players and other things like that, and they happen to be male, and it happened to be them. So, yeah, fun fact, a lot of Chaotic players are actually female. Go figure. My next question. Do you plan on supporting creators such as myself for the future? We will welcome ambassadors of the game as we did before. I guess I mistyped and said creatures. I meant to say creators, but point being, yes. Yeah, there will be creator support for people such as, you know, myself and other Chaotic YouTubers and people like that. So there you guys go. My next question was, do you plan on having new artists for the cards and online game? His answer: we would really be honored to have the most of all our previous artists to collaborate with us. He explained to me that he's more than welcome to have other artists, but he would love to have Kari Randolph back. I always thought it was Carrie, but apparently it's Kari. So, there you go. Next question. What was the worst day of production like? And on the flip side, what was the best day of production like? His answer: the 5 days leading up to our launch in 2007, they were terrible fires during the San Diego time and all that other stuff, and many of us had to be evacuated from our homes. We were all working long hours at the office and were worried about our homes, family, and friends. And on the flip side, you know, the best day of production, I remember this answer very well, was the first premiere episode of Chaotic, like the very first one. He mentioned that him and a bunch of his friends were all there, and like after the episode was over, they were all like screaming like a bunch of high school kids. So that he mentioned that was a moment he wouldn't forget, and I think that's beautiful. That's wonderful. My next question: if you had to give a percentage, how close are we to having Chaotic ready for the public, with 100% being ready for customers like tomorrow? His answer: we still have more work to do, as we were slowed down by many small projects were during COVID-19. So, yeah, Chaotic is still being worked on. It definitely got a huge shot in the foot thanks to COVID, and everyone had to, you know, hunker down and take care of themselves, and for good reason, you know, it makes sense. But right now, Chaotic is back in full swing. It's really picking up. It's awesome. It's very cool. How long does a single card for a set typically take to develop, print, and ship? His answer: a card set is part of a larger narrative. We spent a great deal of time ensuring that the card sets and new creatures, location, battle gear, music, and attacks were launched in concert with new episodes. It would take up to 1 year to have this work correctly. We would launch a new booster set every quarter and a new starter series every year. So what I'm trying to say is, for like a new season or something. That's basically when a new set would come out. And the short answer is a year to get a whole set and launched. My next question, any cool exclusives that you could share with my audience to whet their appetites? His answer, none that we could divulge right now. I know that's a very disappointing answer for you guys, and I know you really want to see something with Fire and Stone, but please have patience. Again, if you want to support Chaotic, go on their YouTube, go to TVX or TVX or whatever I said. Please, please, please. That is how you support Chaotic. If you guys want to see Fire and Stone, Storm and Sea, Elemental Emperors, you will go and subscribe, comment, and share the videos. Like, don't shut up about it. They're not omnipotent and they can't read our minds, to quote Negative Legend. But yeah, no, like, please, that's how you will support it. That's just all there is to it. My next question was, is there ever a chance that I can meet the team behind the game and even the show and chat with them? His answer, in the future that could be arranged, yes. We've already discussed talking about Martin Ralph. He still has contact with him to this very day. So, who knows, I might be able to meet the man who actually created the game in the first place. Wouldn't that be a fun interview? My next question, what tribe should the San Diego Aztecs be in? The SDSU Aztecs are in the Mountain West, and they shall remain my and our favorite college sports program. They are fierce and loyal warriors and would align with those qualities. So Underworld. And my last and final question, which was, is there anything you could say or show to my audience to hopefully and definitively prove that Chaotic is coming back? Here's the answer. We worked for 3 years before anyone ever knew we were launching in 2007. We are dedicated to finishing the story and finding the right partner to work with us to bring this back to the players and followers. Here's the last part to that answer. As intended. With that being said, we're going to be getting Chaotic exactly as we remember it. So, yeah, they mentioned that one thing that I did talk to him about was we were discussing the codes issue, and they think that they figured something out. I'm not going to get into what it was, but I pitched my ideas. We talked back and forth, and it was really cool. Another cool thing is he wound up signing my Chromax and my Ursus, so I'm going to put those right on the screen for you guys. That immediately just warmed my heart, and it just meant the world to me, because this guy put Chaotic, you know, the way we remember it. We know it and remember it. I got to see the original Chaotic Now or Never cards. I'll put those on the screen for you guys. Those were so cool. Getting to see the original inspirations for these guys. I even saw Lord Von Blute, which was insane. I also got to see a little bit of his son's cards and stuff. His son owns every single card. Didn't meet his son, but I definitely know that he owns every single card. So, with that being said, I think that's really cool. And evidently, he's been playing Recode. So, for those of you who are worried, oh, you know, what if they find out about Recode? They already know. It's fine. Don't sweat it. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know you guys didn't get to hear Brian's voice, but I do have the footage at the very least without the audio, so I'm going to be putting that somewhere in one of the corners, basically just to show, yes, I talked to him. End of story. With that being said, guys, another thing that he's also going to be sending me, obviously this is my proxy draw skin, but how can you tell it's a proxy? It's foil all the way around. Look at that. No. So he will be sending, he's going to attempt to send me a draw skin that he will be signing, and that's very exciting. It's very promising. The draw skin is worth, I think, $5 grand, so this is the one card that I need in my collection. So if I'm able to snag it, it's game over. It's game over, guys. I will just only get cards and packs to give away at that point. After I get the draw skin, done and dusted, man. That being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new today. Chaotic is back. It's already here in a weird way. and please support it. That's the only way we're going to get the show back. It's the only way we're going to get anything else back. Oh, and speaking of the show, there was something that I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to exactly say anything in particular, but said the story's not over. The story's not over, and that's really exciting. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for sticking around, for those who stuck around. And you know what? Just for this video, I do want to, first of all, thank you for 500 subscribers, man. I didn't think I'd make it this far. I know I'm not as big as Ramiso Rudd, or Negative Legend, or Low Tier, or anybody like that. I'm bottom of the barrel in terms of content creators, or at least I feel so. I know some other people may not feel this way, but I personally feel this way. And I cannot thank you guys enough. This has been a wonderful experience, and I cannot wait to share another 500 with you. So with that being said, I'm actually going to be giving away 10 packs for this video. If you want 10 packs from Chaotic sealed, I have them right here. Like, as you guys can see, plenty of them right here. Just grabbed a handful from my little stash that you guys already knew about. So, if you want to win 10 packs, what do I want you guys to comment? I want you guys to comment what you look forward to most when the game comes back. The game is coming back. It's coming on phones first, before computers, as well as physical cards. So, what do you guys want to see, specifically with Chaotic? It does not have to involve anything major. It could be part of the battle system. It could be part of the trading aspects, the cards, or anything, but I want you guys to be specific, because now what I'm going to do is I want you to follow this prompt. I'm going to read your comments out loud for the video. So, with that being said, guys, I can't wait for you guys to get Chaotic. See you in the next one.